My name is Kiran Makkar, and today I'm going to discuss with you a cue card which has been seen in the speaking module of the IELTS test in the month of May 2015. The topic is describe a time you and your friend had a disagreement. When this happened, whom you disagreed with, what you and your friend argued about, did you solve the argument in the end? So this is a cue card on which students have to speak for 2 minutes. The cues below this, they are generally given in the cue card, and the student can speak uh, on each one of them, must speak on each one of them. Only then the cue card will be considered complete. And the examiner can stop before the actual time of 2 minutes is over. There can be many ideas because you can have disagreement over any topic. Very simple topics like what to wear, which movie to watch, which subjects to take up, and many other examples like this. So I have made one. Actually, my students only gave me the idea for this, so we just prepared it. I don't really get into arguments with others, but here I would like to talk about a situation when I had a heated argument with my friend. It was the second day of 10th class, and I was really excited about making new friends since I was new to the school. We were trying to find out more about the interests of our classmates. I asked one of them if she was a vegetarian. She answered that she was, but later I found out that she ate eggs. We then got into a big debate on the issue if egg is vegetarian or non-vegetarian. This debate continued from the first period till the last period. Some of our classmates and some teachers also got involved in the um, in the discussion. It was interesting to know that many others were also divided on this issue. I supported the view that egg is considered as non-vegetarian, while my friend was on the opposite side. Opposite side. We also started arguing in the library and got scolded by the librarian. The debate seemed never ending as both of us were stubborn and didn't want to change our views. Although we had a lot of opinions and supporters, but we couldn't arrive at a solution. In the end, we decided to stop the argument as we realized that both of us had some good strong points which weren't wrong. However, we gained a lot of knowledge from that discussion. We learned a new word from our English teacher. It was vegan. Vegans are extremely strict vegetarians and do not consume any animal products like milk and eggs. Even though the debate didn't end up in a solution and it was heated at times, it remains in my memory as a sweet, in my mind as a sweet memory. I also understood that food choices are personal and there can be issues for which there are no right or wrong answers. Most importantly, it led to the two of us being lifelong friends. We stay in touch, and whenever we meet, we remember that argument and laugh about it. So this is one example of what you can speak, and then I have also tried to give some sample answers for the for the discussion questions which follow the cue card. First question is, how do you usually feel when others disagree with you? Well, of course, it is not a very pleasant feeling when others go against you or disagree with you, but then I'm quite flexible. I realize that anyone can be wrong at times, and I'm usually quite open to a healthy discussion. Do you like to hear different opinions? Yes, I definitely like to hear different opinions because I like to know what the perspective of the other person, the viewpoint of the other persons. I like to see how other people are looking at the same situation. So definitely it's very good to hear different opinions. Do schools in India teach critical thinking? Unfortunately, my answer would be no, because in India, the as far as I know, in India, the teaching system is such that most of the teaching is based on rote, and it is made to pass the exams, basically. And maybe the modern schools, the newer schools affiliated to some different boards, maybe they have a different pattern of teaching. But most of the schools in India do not teach critical thinking. How should young people communicate with the old people? Young people should communicate in a very nice manner with the old people. They should communicate face to face, because old people are not very techno savvy and they would not be able to communicate through the gadgets. And young people should also respect and learn from the old people, and try to learn from their experiences. Are you a person who often disagrees with others? Well, I don't think so. I'm a person who often disagrees. I I like to look at the other person's opinions, and I'm quite flexible um, with my final decisions. I listen to the other person's viewpoint very nicely. I like to make my final decision uh, based on the ideas of others, and based on what I can gather from a few people around me, and then I try to make my own decision after knowing the viewpoints of others. So I don't often disagree. If I have any different point, I do try to um, have a healthy discussion with the other person. But then I'm quite flexible, and I don't mind admitting if I think I'm wrong. Why do we sometimes feel that a chat will be boring if there are only agreements? Definitely, if there are only agreements, a chat will be boring, because we don't come to know the viewpoints of the other people. If the person disagrees with something, you should tell why he is disagreeing, so that the other person, so that other people come to know his point of view, his thinking pattern, and then only there can be a healthy discussion, and an interesting discussion. And of course, if one person just agrees, that means he's not interested in having a healthy discussion, and then of course things get boring. So these were the few questions I caught hold of, which are being asked after this cue card, and I hope this cue card helps you. You can speak anything, particularly on a disagreement. Follow-up questions can also be a bit different, but then these are some general ideas about what is being asked nowadays. I hope my answers satisfy you. If not, if yes, you can give me comments at the bottom. You can subscribe to my channel. This cue card also I have put up on the request of one student who heard my previous video, who saw my previous video on the cue card of something that a child did that made you laugh. She requested for this video also, and so I'm putting it up for her. And if you want any more videos like this, you can just give me the topics. I'll be really happy to help you in any way. Thank you very much.